Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to show you how to make this cute ghost cupcake topper from modelling paste. So to begin with, I coloured some modelling paste purple and then cut out a disc and left it overnight to air dry. So it's the next day and I've got two balls of white modelling paste, one slightly smaller than the other. I now got the smallest ball, which I'm now just going to flatten slightly and make a little bit thinner at one end, like a little triangular shape. Just checking that for size. This is the ghost body. Just going to soften the edges. Now I'm going to stick that into position. I'm using some clear alcohol, but you could also use some edible glue. And I'm just going to soften the edges. Okay, so now I've got the larger piece of white modelling paste formed into a ball, and then I'm just going to flatten it slightly. Just going to check that for size. I'm just going to use my finger just to flatten where the eyes are going to go, just so that it's lower down. Okay, now I'm just going to use my Dresden tool just to create some indents just where the cheeks will be. And I'm just going to soften that off with my fingers just so it's not so sharp. Just so you know, everything that I use in this tutorial will be listed in the description. Okay, so now I'm going to use my bone tool, the smaller end, to create some eye sockets. Now I want these to be quite big, so now I've just got where the sockets are going. I'm just going to gently move around in a circular motion just to make them bigger. I want this to be kind of an oval shape. Okay, so now I'm just using my other end of my bone tool to create a chin area there. So just on either side, hope you can see a chin forming. And then again, I just come in with my fingers just to soften it off. Okay, so now I'm just using the end of my veining tool to create a nice smile for my ghost. There we go. And now I'm just going to go in and just create a little bit of a chin with my bone tool. And pull down where the neck will be. And there we go. And I'm just going to stick that into position above the body. Okay, so now I'm just using my bone tool again just to go in where the eyes are and just pull out slightly underneath, and that'll just make his cheeks a little bit chubbier. This may distort the other side of your eye, so you can just go in there and just make that better, like that. It just pulls out the cheeks a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to stick two balls of white modelling paste into the eye sockets. Just going to secure them with my fingers. And now I'm using the bone tool just to press down lightly where the pupils are going to go, just to make some little sockets, and then using the smaller ball tool just to get in there and make the hole a little bit deeper. Okay, so I've got two balls of black modelling paste. I'm just popping into those holes we just made, secure with the bone tool. And now I've got two balls of white modelling paste, which I'm going to just pop into the eyes for highlights. And then I'm going to secure with my bone tool. Okay, so now I've just got a little tic-tac shaped piece of white modelling paste, which I'm just going to pop in the middle there for the nose. Okay, and now I'm just rolling a small piece of black modelling paste into a tiny tube. I'm just going to pop this into the line we made for the mouth. So I'm just going to pick it up, then I'm just going to use my brush just to pop it in there and secure in position. Okay, so now I'm rolling out some black modelling paste really finely so we can just outline the eyes. So I want two pieces, obviously, because I've got two eyes. Now this wants to be really thin. It can be a bit tricky, but it does look really effective. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of clear alcohol around the edge of the eyes there, and I'm just going to pick it up with my brush and then pop it onto the eye area, and then just use my brush. You want to dry it off, you don't want it to have any glue in it. just to gently tease the modelling paste around the eye area. As I said, it can be tricky, but it does look really effective. So now I'm just doing the other eye. Okay, so that's done. So I've got a small piece of orange modelling paste which I've just formed into a flat oval shape. And I'm just going to use my blade tool just to mark some ridges in there. This is the pumpkin that we're making now. And I'm just going to shape that to be a bit more like a pumpkin. Just if you squeeze it in a little bit and make the ridges look more effective. Just going to use a bone tool just to make a little indent there at the top. And just pinch the bottom a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to stick that into position. Now I'm just going to make the leaves, and I've got a tiny bit of green modelling paste which I'm going to make into like a flat diamond shape. I'm just going to use my knife tool to create a little bit of a ridge there, a little bit of veining effect. And then I'm just going to stick that into the little dip we made with the bone tool. And then a little tiny brown stalk just to roll into a little cone shape there. And then pop that into position. Okay, just going to flatten the end off with my blade tool. So now I've got two small balls of white modelling paste which I'm forming into little flat, almost like tear shapes. So it'll be flatter at the pointed end, and these are for his arms. So I'm just going to stick them into position, holding the pumpkin. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to make the bow by using two small balls of orange modelling paste, shaping them into like a flat triangle shape. I'm just going to use my Dresden tool just to mark a little crease line in each one, and then I'm just going to squeeze them together, and that'll create a little bow effect. So I'm just going to stick those into position. And then I'm just going to use a small ball of orange modelling paste for the middle. Lovely. Right, so now I am rolling out some more black modelling paste into a thin tube. So if you see, it's tapered at both ends, and this is for eyelashes. So I'm just going to cut off those tiny tapered bits at the end there for my eyelashes. It can be very tricky, they do stick. And I'm just going to mark where I want them to go with some little clear alcohol. And I'm just going to use my brush, my wet brush, just to pick up these tiny pieces of modelling paste and then shape it into position with a little bit of a curl or a flick up. You don't have to do this, it is quite tricky, but it does look really effective. So now I'm just going to do the other side. The tricky bit can be to make them look the same length. And then there I go, shaping it with my brush. Okay, so now I've left my ghost to dry, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of pink blush to the cheeks. I'm using a kitchen roll just so I don't put too much on, so I put the dust onto the kitchen roll and then pick it up with my dusting brush. Okay, so you can see here that I've added a little bit of sparkle to the purple. Now I'm just adding a little kind of triangular shaped piece of white modelling paste where the bow is. Now this is an add-on extra bit because I wasn't sure she looked that much like a ghost, so I thought if I add this little bit on she would. So I'm just attaching with some clear alcohol. Just using a dry brush to help secure that into position. And then I'm just going to curl over the top there. And then I think she looks more ghost-like. Thank you. Okay, so that's your ghost cupcake topper made. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Do check out my other ones. Please comment, like and subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.